Welcome to Jen and Gail Kick It Up in 5. And our first lab, we've never done this before, except to test it. And that went interestingly.
Yes.
To say the least. But we're glad you're watching. And we're going to talk today about summer activities for your studio. Camps, short classes, group classes, whatever you do to keep kids interested and there in the summers when they're not on vacation. So first today, Jennifer's going to talk a little bit about her new summer course for camps and tell you a little bit about a freebie she's offering.
All right. Well, I thought I would just kind of highlight my summer camp course that's out right now. It's called Make More, Teach Less. And what it is, it's a video course for instructors that really you could teach any, could have any private studio. It could be piano, violin, whatever you teach, it doesn't matter. And I basically go through everything you would need to know to run a successful summer camp. So if you've never done summer camps before, it's really putting yourself on the right foot right at the beginning. And then if you have, it gives you a little more guideline. I go through everything from the who, what, why, when, and where, the scheduling, different options you could think about, the structure. I go through ground rules. And speaking of ground rules, that's a freebie that I'm going to be giving everybody. One of my favorite rules is give me 5, which is eyes are watching, ears are listening, mouth is respectful, and hands are to yourself for helping others, and hearts are caring. So I made some little posters, different background options that you can download and print for your camp if you want. Or group lessons. It really works for anything, even private lessons. Whatever you do, they're really good rules. So that will be available later.
That's great.
And, yeah. So this is one of the little backgrounds that you can choose from. And then in my premium course, I give a lot of little extras. I do like an actual inside look of how I've created a complete camp that was based on a workbook that I had bought from the Fabers, one of their blues improvisation books. And so I based a camp from that book. And so how you can do that, how you can take a resource that you probably already own and then camp from it. So I include that, and I include other things, different theme ideas and all sorts of things that you could see the complete list of what everything includes on musiceducatorresources.com under the courses link. But one other thing that I talk about is game activities and different ideas that you could do with that. And I thought I'd throw it back to Gail because she has a fun game that I've used in my camps several different times, and it works well for any group activity. So Gail, why don't you introduce your game?
Well, I created this game called Musical Words. And basically, I'll hold it up. It comes in 2 parts if you buy the laminated, and you Velcro it together. So it stores well. And it's all heavy duty laminated. And I wanted it, when I first created it, I wanted it to be big enough that you could have a large group play, maybe in teams if you had more than 5 players or 6. But I want everybody to get around the board. And then also, there are blank spaces, I guess you can see here, where you write your own words on. And I just use these little write-on, wipe-off pencils. You can get black, you can get colors. I got the colors of them with the board. And you can change it. In fact, actually, some of the cards, there's challenge and reward cards. And one of them is go to the practice room and sit out 1 turn, collect no points. I know, it's terrible. And then roll or spin again and complete your turn, and then send the next player to the word of your choice. There's one where you get to change 1 word on the board. So there's lots of options, and you can customize the words. If there's something that you're doing in your studio, if you're studying dynamics or you're studying expression marks, or you want to review you want a harmonic minor, and you want the student to create something, you can do that. So I try to make it very, very flexible for everybody. One thing I just love about this game is it gives students a chance to connect to musical emotion. It's very abstract, especially on the piano. When you're singing a song and you have words, it's pretty self-explanatory what you're supposed to be talking about. But piano music is not like that. Plus the fact that it can be very complicated. It can change. And you have to have inflection. It's not just the same all the time, most of the time. So the student is, what does it mean to play sad, or what does it mean to play mournfully? Well, maybe I should try playing slower, they think. Or they might think, gee, what happens if I end everything down at the lower than I started? Maybe I should get slower and slower, and they start to experiment. And that's really a joy to watch happen. So,
yeah, that's one thing I like about your game is how adaptable it is. Like you could even I've used it with my students for improvisation, things like that. And then their current pieces or, it's just very, very adaptable.
Right. I think it's pre-printed, and wild is one of the words. I have some tips here that have come out of things I've done with the game and things teachers have done with game and some workshops I've done recently. So I thought I'd pick a couple of those little tips to share today. So the word wild is pre-printed on the board as play wildly. But spontaneously, they said, well, could we just make it a wild card? So we decided that when somebody landed on the word wild, that they could either make something up and complete their turn as it said, or they could play a piece they know, and everybody else could guess
Okay. Yeah.
And actually, the person who just kind of talked the whole thing off, who sat down, played Rhapsody in Blue. At least the beginning of it was pretty funny. This week, a group of students said, oh, can we write more than one word? And I said, well, of course, why not? So, and that kind of came out of the very beginning when I first started doing this activity before I even made the board. Somebody had come up with playful with a hint of brooding. It was pretty funny. So it got to be like Beethoven's tempo markings, fast, but not too fast. So they said queenly, but not stiff. Hushed, then galloping away, so that you could actually change midstream.
Yeah, I like that.
Presto, but not too crazy. So yeah, you can do that. And I tried, the board's big enough that you can do that. You can download it, and when you download it, it comes with both halves, so that you can make it in two halves, or it comes with a single, and you can print just a single board, whatever you want, and laminate it. You can take it to your print shop and have it done any size you like. So just, I did it in two pieces because it was easier to store. So yeah, it's really fun. And I have a freebie too. I created this cool large dice. It's about 2 1/4 inches that you can use poster board or cardstock, whatever you like, however heavy you want it to be, and cut it out, and the students can all make one, and yeah, have some fun at camp. Makes a nice activity, maybe if you're going to use it the next day, at the end of the day. I think end of the day activities are really important because kids are tired, or the end of the session, maybe they've had them for 2 hours. They need something that doesn't require a whole lot of thought.
Right.
Something that's fun that they can do.
Yeah.
So, or you can do it at the beginning if you're going to use the game at the end, whatever. Whatever works.
Yeah, it's just an engaging game all around. So it works well for all sorts of possibilities.
Oh, thanks. Hope it keeps working.
Yeah.
Now we're kick it back to Jennifer, and she's going to talk about another activity that she loves to use.
Okay. I think it's kind of fun when teachers create games that are based off of existing games. For example, you've heard of teachers doing like Candyland and Chutes and Ladders and that kind of thing from different games like that they already own, and then they put a musical spin on it. And Kristen Phillips with Small Town Music Lessons, or Small Town, let's see. What is it? smalltownmusiclessons.com shared her Hi Ho Cheerio game, and so you just buy the Hi Ho Cheerio from Milton Bradley, and she turned it into a rhythm game that's perfect for, especially for beginners, but you could do it for really any age, elementary kids. One thing that she did is she created rhythm dice to use with her. So definitely go on her website to see how she did it. I took the spinner and just did the rhythms like this on mine. But she has a little bit of different ideas with her, how she did the Hi Ho Cheerio game. That, she has them clapping and different things like that, not just simply putting in the little cherries in their color. So definitely check her website out. And if it's right now, it's at the top of her little sidebar. The link is at the top of her sidebar, but if it's not there when you see this blab, there's a search bar that you can search for Hi Ho Cheerio. She said it's one of her most popular blog posts. But I would tell everybody about that if you haven't seen it.
Yeah. It's funny. Mine is called Music Town Parking Center, and it's by Tracy King. And we'll put all these links up on our blogs too, so that you can find everything that you need, including our freebies. And what I might do is add to my freebie. I could put a blank there, and you guys could just make your own rhythms and stuff. But it's just I do PowerPoint.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So if you just open it and put it in PowerPoint, then you can just put any pictures you want in it, or
right.
So that you could make your rhythm dice for that too.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll alter that before I put it up. So you got a blank too.
Both, yeah.
Yeah. So the parking center, can you see this?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And this is the school, and there's a whole town of these cards that you print out, and the kids put them up all over the floor. And my associate last week, who was helping me with this, who is 5, said, "Oh, well, I'm going to put this one over here today because I don't want to remember where it was last week." And I like this one. Here's the fruits and vegetables, the little grocery store. And notice that one of the things has all the carts parked in it. I just like that is adorable.
Uh-huh.
And what you do is you go and you just get these little cars. I got mine on Amazon. You need 24 for the game.
Uh-huh.
It's an activity, not really a game. And these are just, you can see how big they are. They're just like 2 1/4 cars.
Yeah.
And I got mine from Amazon, and they were actually doctor's office prizes, and they came into 48 of them for very little money.
Uh-huh.
And they actually, if you pull them back, they wind up a little bit inside. And then what you do is you match the symbol. Can you see? Mm-hmm. So that's crescendo or a crescendo, depending on which way you look at it.
Right.
And then they go and they park the right car in the right space.
Right. Okay.
So that one goes up here, not in the parking. They don't want it all dinged up by the carts. I used electrical tape. I used red electrical tape. I'm using all my little examples here. Because it's shiny and it molded really well.
That's a good idea.
Use a Sharpie to write on it.
Yeah.
She said use little round stickers.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes those don't really stay.
Yeah.
I had electrical tape and it was red, so I thought, well, why not?
Yeah.
It looks pretty good. And it's easy to write on. And if you mess it up, it's easy to take off.
Right.
There were a couple symbols I really had to just set them on my desk, like stick them to the desk and write the symbol because it was really hard to write on here and make it look right. And I just peeled it off and stuck down. It was fine.
Yeah.
This tape is really sticky.
Yeah.
So, and it looks nice. You know, it looks neat and tidy if you care about those kinds of things. If you have maybe a paint pen, you might be able to write on the card itself, but it didn't show up enough for me. You know, now there's also a version, it comes with there's 24 cards that have the symbols like this. And then there's 24 cards that have the names of the symbols.
Okay.
So for older students who are reading well, I use this as just kind of a discovery, get to know, oh, what's this? You know, oh, I know that one. That's, you know, that's a quarter note. I don't, what does this mean? Just kind of a discovery activity and an introduction activity. But if you want to do a matching activity for older kids, then you can have, like, it'll say quarter note, and they'll have to park the quarter note where it says quarter note. Or it'll say crescendo, and you'll have to park the crescendo car where it says crescendo. They have a good time, and it gets pretty crazy. Mine actually took them and put them in 2 rooms because they had to be far apart. They couldn't, you know, they had part of the town in the living room and part of the town in the studio. And actually, at some point, there were some in the kitchen. I think
yes, they're traveling to different states.
Shoot the cars. Oh, I need this one. Oh, I got it. You know, it was pretty fun. So I recommend.
Yeah, Tracy has some fun ideas.
Yes.
Yeah.
Totally enjoy it. And you should have fun too. If you're not having fun with your kids,
yeah,
they know it.
Yeah, definitely.
So
yeah, having fun helps us not burn out.
this is true. And there's so many great ideas out there.
Oh, there is. Yeah,
that,
for sure.
Yeah. So I hope you all got lots of great ideas today.
Yeah. Yep, it was fun. All right. Yeah, we will be posting the links on our blogs to what we've talked about today and our freebies.
That's right. And we'll be embedding this video there too if you need to watch.
Yes. Yep.
So, I hope everybody has a great teaching week and a great teaching summer. And I think we're done.
Yeah, we are. So have fun playing those games.
Yeah, we're done. We did our first lab.
Yay.